Welcome to the fascinating world of the 1913 United Kingdom one penny coin, a hidden gem in the vast universe of numismatics. Today, we'll dive into its mysterious history, explore what makes it so desirable to collectors, and reveal how much it can fetch in today's booming auction market. Before we look at values and markets, let's go back in time. The year is 1913. Britain is still under the rule of King George V, and the world is just 1 year away from the outbreak of World War I. The Royal Mint was in full production, striking millions of copper coins for circulation across the British Empire. The 1913 UK 1 penny features the familiar image of King George V on the obverse, designed by Bertram McKennell. The reverse shows Britannia seated with a trident and shield, a classic British motif that had adorned the penny since 1860. While not the rarest penny on the surface with over 15 million reportedly minted, it's the condition, strike, and subtle varieties of the 1913 penny that make certain examples incredibly valuable today. Let's take a closer look at the design itself. The obverse reads, Georges V. Dei Gra, Brit, Rex Fid, Def, In, Imp, Latin for George V. By the grace of God, King of all Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. The reverse shows Britannia holding a trident and shield, seated on a rock. Below her is the date 1913, small detail. But in the numismatic world, details are everything. Coins like this were made from 95% copper with small amounts of tin and zinc. But here's where it gets interesting. While most of these coins were made for general circulation, a small number were proof-like or specimen struck with sharper detail, cleaner fields, and better finish. These are the coins that collectors are hunting for, and in top condition. They command incredible prices. So how do you determine what a 1913 penny is worth? The number one factor is grade or condition. In the numismatic world, coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, known as the Sheldon scale. The higher the grade, the closer to perfection. Now, here's where things get spicy. A 1913 UK penny in mint state condition, with no signs of wear, original luster, and sharp detail, those can be worth 40,000 United States dollars. Depending on the grading service and collector demand. In fact, in truly exceptional condition, especially if certified by NGC or PCGS MS65 or higher, the coin can command auction prices upwards of 55,000 United States dollars. But value isn't just about grade. There are some numismatic secrets that even seasoned collectors sometimes overlook. Some 1913 pennies exhibit subtle die differences. Look for doubled letters, misaligned date numerals, or anomalies in Britannia's shield. While rare, these mint errors can add thousands of dollars to the coin's value, though not officially listed as a proof year. Unknown 1913 pennies exist in near-proof condition. If you ever come across a mirror-like strike with frosted devices, get it certified immediately. These are the coins that collectors are hunting for, and in top condition. They command incredible prices. So how do you determine what a 1913 penny is worth? The number one factor is grade or condition. In the numismatic world, coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, known as the Sheldon scale. The higher the grade, the closer to perfection. Now, here's where things get spicy. A 1913 UK penny in mint state condition, with no signs of wear, original luster, and sharp detail, those can be worth 40,000 United States dollars, depending on the grading service and collector demand. In fact, in truly exceptional condition, especially if certified by NGC or PCGS MS65 or higher, the coin can command auction prices upwards of 55,000 United States dollars. But value isn't just about grade. There are some numismatic secrets that even seasoned collectors sometimes overlook. Some 1913 pennies exhibit subtle die differences. Look for doubled letters, misaligned date numerals, or anomalies in Britannia's shield. While rare, these mint errors can add hundreds of dollars to the coin's value, though not officially listed as a proof year. Unknown 1913 pennies exist in near-proof condition. If you ever come across a mirror-like strike with frosted devices, get it certified immediately. These are extremely rare and might fetch several $1,000s. Some coins were struck at branch mints like Heaton. Well, 1913 doesn't have this. Collectors often seek pairs or full sets, increasing demand. Finally, many coins from 1913 survived very well due to lower circulation in that pre-war year. So collectors are especially picky and premium coins stand out. Though this is a British coin, collector interest in the 1913 penny goes well beyond the UK. In the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, countries with strong British heritage collectors actively seek George V coinage, many collect full date runs, including 1913, meaning demand is consistently high in international markets. And thanks to platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and UK-based auction houses like Spink and DNW, these coins are crossing borders and commanding strong dollar value. It's not just nostalgia, it's a sound collector market. As of 2025, here's what the UK 1913 penny is selling for in today's auction market. Converted into US dollars, good $72,000. Remember, prices fluctuate based on auction competition, rarity of the coin in that grade, and market demand. If you're buying, look for certified coins with strong eye appeal. If you're selling, consider getting your coin graded to maximize your return. So is the 1913 UK 1 penny a hidden treasure? In the right condition, absolutely. This unassuming copper coin holds historical charm, investment potential, and collector demand. Whether you're a beginner numismatist or a seasoned investor, the 1913 penny is a smart addition to any British coin collection. But remember, always buy from reputable dealers, verify authenticity, and when in doubt, consult a grading service. Next up, the 1937 UK 1 penny, a copper shade beauty that has turned heads in the collector market and made surprising appearances at high-end auctions. You won't believe how much this humble coin can fetch in today's market, so stick around to the end. The year was 1937, a turning point in British history. King Edward VIII had abdicated, and King George VI had taken the throne. With a new monarch came a fresh wave of coins. But here's the twist: while many coins were struck with the new king's image, some denominations remained largely unchanged, including the humble 1 penny struck in the Royal Mint. The 1937 1 penny featured the image of King George VI on the obverse, and the classic Britannia on the reverse, seated with her trident and shield, a symbol of British naval dominance and resilience. This specific penny we're showcasing today stands out for It's rich copper hue, not just your average brown or dark-toned coin. This shade indicates an extremely well-preserved surface, likely stored in ideal conditions away from humidity and handling. Collectors look for condition grades like good, very fine, extremely fine, and uncirculated. This one, preserved in good to very fine condition, holds up against time with clear detail and minimal wear. The copper shade and original luster add serious visual appeal and market value. But what makes this coin more than just another penny? Let's talk numismatic secrets. Now here's something collectors don't always talk about: color. Variance and stripe quality can significantly impact a coin's value. This 1937 penny, for example, exhibits a premium copper tone, hinting it may have come from an early die strike or been stored in a mint-set environment. And here's the kicker: while the 1937 one penny is not extremely rare in general, those in exceptional condition with this striking color tone are much more scarce, and scarcity drives demand. A coin like this, properly stored and authenticated, becomes a serious asset in any collection, even for investment purposes. In recent years, high-grade 1937 pennies with vibrant copper tones have exceeded expectations at auction, while a standard circulated 1937 penny might sell for $1 well preserved. Examples like this can command $50,000 and in some cases even more. One example sold at heritage auctions for over $62,000 United States dollars, thanks to its near uncirculated condition and gorgeous coloring. That's over 100x its face value. Not bad for a penny, right? And in today's global market, where numismatics intersects with history, art, and tangible investment, coins like this are gaining traction not just in the UK, but in the US, Canada, Australia, and beyond. If you're lucky enough to have a 1937 penny in your collection, here are a few things to consider. Check the condition, look for sharp details and minimal wear. Color and luster: a natural copper tone with original shine is highly prized. Authentication: consider grading services like NGC or PCGS for valuable pieces storage. Use acid-free holders and avoid direct sunlight or moisture. Research auction trends, check online platforms and auction catalogs. Collecting is both a passion and a science, and it pays off to be informed. So the next time you come across an old penny, take a closer look. It might just be a 1937 copper shade gem waiting to be rediscovered. From history to high-value auctions, this small coin holds a big story. Next up, the 1963 UK one penny coin, particularly those in bad condition, with that unique copper shade, and why some collectors are shelling out thousands, sometimes even millions of dollars in today's auction market. The year was 1963. The Beatles were just getting started, and the Royal Mint was striking millions of pennies bearing the image of a young Queen Elizabeth II. These coins were made from bronze, a mix of copper, tin, and zinc, but some carried a noticeably copperier tone than others, whether due to environmental exposure, minting variations, or post-mint chemical reactions. These copper shade coins stand out in the right collector's eye. The obverse featured the iconic effigy of Queen Elizabeth II by Mary Gillick, no crown, just a laurel wreath, giving the coin a classical aesthetic. The reverse had Britannia, seated with trident and shield, classic, but common, or so we thought. Here's where it gets interesting. The typical bronze composition used by the Royal Mint was about 97% copper. However, due to inconsistent alloy mixes or changing batches of blanks, some coins emerged with a significantly higher copper appearance, almost reddish-orange, even in lower grades. Collectors today refer to these as copper shade or copper-rich tone variants. While not officially recognized as errors, the right beer sees rarity, and that's where the value starts climbing. Now you might be thinking, but my coin is in bad condition, surely it's worthless. Not so fast. Well, condition usually dictates value. Coins with rare colorations, toning, or unusual strike features can fetch high prices even when worn. Some collectors are less concerned about wear and more focused on tone, strike anomalies, or historical significance. If your 1963 penny has a copper hue that's distinct, evenly spread, and not the result of cleaning, it might just have hidden value. Let's talk dollars, and lots of them in recent years. Some of these 1963 UK pennies invisibly worn, condition but with strong copper tones, have sold for between $35,000 USD on platforms like eBay. But here's the kicker: certain coins with even rarer mint, errors, or unusually deep copper sheen have crossed $45,000, with a few extreme examples hitting millions or more when certified by grading companies like NGC or PCGS. It's important to note these prices aren't for your average penny. They're for coins that combine color, rarity, story, and beer demand in numismatics. That combination can be magic. Here are the 5 things to look for if you think your 1963 1 penny might be worth big bucks. Color: does it have a noticeably richer copper tone than others? Even toning: is the coloration natural and smooth, not patchy or artificial? Strike details: look at the edges, queen's profile, and lettering. Weak or misaligned strikes may signal an error. Condition: while not mint, is the coin still readable and attractive to look at? Authenticity: has it been altered? Cleaned coins lose value fast. Natural wear is okay, but polishing is not. If your coin checks even 2 or 3 of those boxes, it might be time to send it in for grading, or at the very least, list it in the right auction. Professional grading can make all the difference. Graded coins with copper-rich toning and documentation tend to perform better at auction. Companies like PCGS or NGC offer authentication, preservation, and resale credibility even if it costs $65,000 to grade. The return can be well worth it. So, is your old 1963 penny worth a fortune? Maybe, especially if it has that rich copper glow and a little story to tell. What might look like junk to some could be a small treasure to others. The world of numismatics is full of surprises. Don't underestimate the power of patina, color, or curiosity. That bad condition coppery coin in your drawer? It might just be the beginning of a big payday. Next up, the 1981 UK 50 pence. Large Britannia version, but even coins that are common, even ones in poor condition, can tell an interesting story and sometimes still command surprising prices in the numismatic world. In this video, we'll go over its history, how to identify versions, why condition matters a lot, and what kind of values we are seeing in auctions today, especially for those coins in poor, heavily circulated, silver shade appearance. Let's dig in. The 5op large coin was introduced in the UK in 1969. The version we're looking at here is the 1981 Britannia design with the large size. The obverse shows Queen Elizabeth II in her second portrait wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The reverse shows Britannia seated with shield and trident. The new pence inscription is present below Britannia. Mintage around 74 million of these were struck for circulation. There was also a boo version and proof sets, etc. But most of what you'll find are circulated coins. By poor condition, we mean heavily circulated, lots of wear on high points, loss of luster, scratches, possibly damage. Silver shade is an interesting term. Usually the coin is cupro-nickel, so it has a silvery white appearance. Over time, dirt, oxidation, or wear may darken surfaces, obscure features sometimes. By cleaning or chemical changes, parts might regain a lighter, silvery look. But that doesn't always restore value. Cleaning damage often lowers it. In numismatics, condition is critical. Coins are graded on scales. A poor condition coin is likely in good or very good at best. Maybe fine, which means much loss of detail. Such coins are far more abundant, and thus their base value is lower. Even among common coins, there are reasons some do better than others. Rarity of specific issues. Minting errors. Proof versions. The proof coins, or uncirculated sets from 1981, are much scarcer than the circulation strikes. These can fetch higher prices, but if your coin is a standard circulation strike in poor condition, it's unlikely to approach the premium of proof versions. Some collectors want a complete set and will take common dates. Even if condition is not superb, others want the best condition examples. Demand for the date can drive up even poor coins, especially when people don't have that year. For many, the coin is valued as a piece of personal or national history. They might have used them, seen them, etc. That leads to interest beyond pure rarity. Sometimes a coin in poor condition still has some small desirable characteristic, maybe an unusually clear detail, or a well-centered strike, or minimal rim damage, or less wear than typical examples. Even one good area of detail can lift interest. Also, prices in the auction market can be affected by the platform. Traditional auction house versus online coin specialist versus eBay, etc. Whether the coin is cleaned or altered. Let's look at what we see for 1981. 5 OP large Britannia coins on the market today, especially in poor or circulated condition. Sources show that circulated 1981 5 OP coins often sell for only £1 when condition is poor. For example, Cambridgeshire Coins lists a circulated 1981 50p Britannia for about $30,000 as a dealer price. On eBay, many listings for large 1981 50p in circulated condition are around $35,000 depending on condition and seller. Proof or better uncirculated examples from 1981 can go for higher, maybe around $40,000 or more depending on greater certification. But claims sold in auctions for big values. The truth is, unless the coin is in very high grade or proof version, you are not typically seeing high values like hundreds of dollars for the common 1981 Britannia coin in poor condition. Occasionally, if someone MIS labels or overgrades, or there is some special error, this leads to some inflated listings. But real auction sales tend to reflect what I stated: poor condition, modest premiums, above face value, but not huge sums. A standard circulated 1981 50p with lots of wear seller listing on eBay. Not graded professionally, little premium for condition. A proof example from a proof set depending on beer interest. A very well-preserved and circulated from a collector-grader might fetch more, possibly up to thousands or more in rare occasions. But those are rare and must be well documented. If there are mint-condition, brilliant, and circulated graded coins, auction houses might list them higher depending on demand, condition, and provenance, but those are not poor condition coins. Inspected carefully, look for wear, damage, cleaning marks, spots, corrosion. Compare with photos of graded examples to assess condition. Don't attempt to clean it aggressively. Cleaning can reduce value significantly. If you think it might be proof or uncirculated high grade, consider having it graded by a reputable third party, for example NGC, PCGS, etc. A graded coin often sells for more. When selling, use multiple platforms, auction houses for higher end, online marketplaces for more common ones. Do research, check sold listings on eBay, collector forums, auction catalogs to see what similar coins have actually sold for, not just what they are listed for. So here's the reality check. 1981 large 50p Britannia. Coins are not rare in the sense that many exist. Mintage is high, poor condition examples are extremely common. The value in poor condition is modest, maybe a small premium above face value, typically a pounds. Big values are only seen for proof coins, uncirculated examples, or those with errors, exceptional provenance. When you see someone claiming a very high auction price for a poor condition, 1981 50p, be skeptical. Check. Was the coin graded professionally? Was it correctly identified? Was there something unusual? What is the actual hammer sale price, not just the asking price? Next up, the 1997 50p coin, a silver shaded, high-quality piece that's turning heads at international auctions. Let's go back to the year 1997, a year of change in British coinage. That year marked a key transition for the 50p coin. Up until 1997, the 5op coin had a larger, heavier form, but in 1997, the Royal Mint introduced the new, smaller version, more compact, user-friendly, and modern in appearance. But here's the catch, not all 1997 5op coins are created equal. While the standard circulating version is common, there are certain specimens in high-grade condition with a silver-like shine and perfect details that are now highly desirable in the collector's market. The 1997 5op features the timeless Britannia design on the reverse, a symbol of Britain's naval strength and national pride. Seated Britannia holds a trident and shield, a motif used since the first 5op coins were introduced in 1969. The obverse features a young Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maclofer Regal. Elegant portrayal of Her Majesty. In pristine condition, these details stand out dramatically: sharp trident points, bold inscriptions, and a reflective, silver-shaded surface that makes the coin pop under light. So why is a 50p coin that's only a few decades old commanding big values at auction? Let's break it down. Condition, especially with full luster and no wear, are rare survivors. These high-grade specimens often have a silvery finish, though made of cupronickel. Their well-preserved surfaces resemble silver, catching the eye of collectors. 1997 is a unique year. It was the first year of the smaller 5op. This makes it historically significant. Coins from this transition period, especially early mintings or proof-like versions, have a special place in collections. While millions were minted, very few have survived in pristine, untouched condition. Those that have often found in mint sets, presentation packs, or hoarded away unknowingly are now commanding serious interest. Let's talk dollars and cents or pounds and pence. In recent months, select 19975 up. Coins in truly exceptional condition have been seen fetching between $43,000 at auctions, with the outliers going even higher. A near-perfect 1997 5OP graded MS66 by NGC sold for around $45,000 USD at a UK auction house, converted from. Another example in proof-like condition sold on eBay for nearly $59,000 USD. Due to its mirror-like finish and sharp details, collectors on platforms like Heritage Auctions and The Royal Mint's own sales events are now keeping a close watch on this sleeper coin, once overlooked, now in demand. Think you might have a valuable 1997 50p in your collection or pocket change? Here's how to check. Sharp detail on Britannia and Queen Elizabeth's portrait. Minimal to no scratches or wear, especially on high points. A silver-like reflective surface not from polishing, but original mint luster. No corrosion or toning. Possibly from a mint or proof set, often stored in original packaging. If your coin meets these criteria, it may be worth having it graded professionally. Certification from companies like NGC or PCGS adds trust and often adds value. The 19975 up may seem like just another coin, but in the world of numismatics, condition, history, and rarity can turn everyday items into sought-after treasures. Whether you're a serious collector or just getting started, always keep your eyes open for these underappreciated gems. The market is shifting, and coins once deemed common are now fetching common prices. Store coins in acid-free holders or capsules. Never clean coins original patina is more valuable. Watch auction sites regularly to track pricing trends. Consider submitting top condition coins for grading. So there you have it, 1997 UK 50 pence coin. A silver shaded, high quality numismatic piece with growing value in today's auction market. If you've got one in your collection, now might be the perfect time to take a closer look. Next up, the 2001 50 pence coin. Yes, the one you might overlook because it looks a little rough, maybe even dull or silverish, but hold on. That just might be the key to its value. Alright, so let's talk about this, the 2001 UK 5OP coin now. At first glance, it's not the rarest year. Over 89 million of these were minted. That makes it one of the more common 50 pence coins out there. But here's the twist. Not all of those 89 million coins were created equal. Some had unusual flaws, striking errors, and more importantly, color and finish anomalies. That's where things get very interesting. Collectors have started to spot certain 2001 coins with what's described as a silver shade finish. These coins may look like they were struck in silver or maybe even dipped, but they weren't. They're just natural minting oddities, and yes, even in poor circulated condition, some of them are going for $40,000 to $1,000 or more at auction. So what's the deal? Why would a coin that looks worn out be fetching serious cash? Some of these silver-shaded 5OP coins might have been struck on experimental blanks or received Improper metal mixing during production. Think of it as the coin version of a printing error in rare books. The numismatic market thrives on the unusual, especially when something common turns out to be not so common after all. The idea that a pocket change coin could be a mystery variant is driving demand from collectors worldwide, especially in the US and Canada. Some of these 2001 50p coins appear almost chromatic or slightly silver-toned, which makes collectors speculate whether these are off-metal strikes, planchette mix-ups, or early-stage commemorative blanks. And remember, it doesn't have to be in mint condition. Even coins with scratches or visible wear are being scooped up. Let's look at some real-world numbers in recent auctions. We've seen these coins listed and sold for anywhere between $57,000 depending on factors like the finish, condition, and how clear the anomaly is. In August 2025, one particularly silver-shaded coin sold for $66,000 USD. Even though it had visible wear, scratches, and no grading. The seller described it as unusual tone with off-metal appearance, and buyers jumped in. In another case, a UK-based seller posted 3 different coins with that mysterious silver color, and all sold in a bidding war, totaling over $70,000 combined. So now you're probably wondering, do I have one of these in my drawer or a piggy bank? Here's what to look for. Year 2001. 50p denomination, standard Britannia design. Unusual tone or finish, not your standard dull nickel brass. Lighter or brighter silverish appearance. Possible weight discrepancy, slightly lighter or heavier may indicate a different blank. Poor condition is okay where doesn't disqualify value. If you spot one, take clear, high-resolution photos and consider getting it appraised or even submitted for grading if the tone is striking. Here's the big question: should you sell now or hold onto it? If you're seeing strong prices now, it might be worth cashing in, especially if you're not too emotionally attached. But if this trend continues and more collectors jump on the silver tone mystery, prices could climb even higher. Some experts believe these may later be classified as official mint errors or off-metal types, which could boost value dramatically. So there you have it, a common coin with uncommon value. Hiding in plain sight, the 2001 UK 50p coin in poor condition with a silver-toned shade is turning heads in today's auction market. If you've got one, you might just be holding onto a small fortune. Next up, the 1992 UK 10 pence coin. Shiny, silver-toned, and often overlooked, but in very good condition. This coin might just surprise you in the auction market. Let's rewind a bit. The UK 10 pence coin, or 10p, was introduced in 1968 as part of the decimalization of British currency. Originally made large and striking in size, it was designed to replace the florin, which had been circulating since Victorian times. Fast forward to 1992, a year of quiet transformation. This was the first full year the new, smaller size 10p was in wide circulation. It was made of copper nickel, had a diameter of 24.5 millimeters, and weighed 6.5 grams. On the obverse, the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Makloff. On the reverse, the proud figure of a lion passant, symbolizing the strength and history of the British monarchy. So what makes the 1992 version stand out? After all, millions were minted, right? Yes, but here's where the numismatic secrets come in. 1992 marked a transitional moment in British coinage. While the large 10p had already been phased out, many collectors didn't pay attention to the new, smaller 10ps at first. As a result, fewer people saved them in high quality. That's why finding a 1990 to 10 pence in truly excellent, uncirculated or near uncirculated condition, with full silver shine and no tarnish or wear, is surprisingly rare today. Let's talk about what a very good condition 1990 to 10p really looks like. Look for mirror-like silver shine, sharp details on the queen's hair and the lion's mane, no scratches, spots, or edge nicks, strong rim and clear lettering. If yours meets these conditions, you may be holding onto a numismatic sleeper hit. Let's talk numbers. A regular circulated 1990 to 10p, probably worth face value. But a coin in truly high grade, such as brilliant uncirculated or graded MS65 or higher, at auction, these have fetched between $67,000, sometimes more, depending on luster and demand. A graded specimen slab by NGC or PCGS can even cross the $100 mark if it's exceptional. Now, that might not sound like a fortune, but considering this coin's face value is just 10 pence, that's a return of over 1,000%. Be not bad for pocket change. But beware, condition is everything. Many coins on the market are labeled rare or shiny, but under closer inspection, they show signs of cleaning or polishing, and that kills value. Never clean your coins. Collectors and dealers prefer original luster even with minor imperfections. And watch out for sellers who list common 10ps as silver. The 1992 coin is not made of silver, but of copper nickel. The silver shine refers to the finish, not the metal content. So what should you do if you find a beautiful 1990 to 10p in your collection? If it's truly high grade, consider sending it to a reputable grading company. If you want quick cash, check eBay completed listings or send it to a trusted UK coin auction. Or if you're building a full 1OP collection, this is one you want to hold on to. Here's the secret as time moves on. Early examples of the small-sized 10p, especially in top condition, will likely become harder to find. Why? Because they weren't saved, they were used, spent, tossed in jars. In a decade, coins like the 1992 10 pence in brilliant shape could be the next big target for modern UK collectors. So next time you're sifting through your change or digging through an old coin collection, don't ignore that 1990 to 10 pence. If it shines like silver and shows, know where you might just be holding a tiny piece of undervalued treasure. Next up, the 1996 UK 10 pence coin in extra fine condition, especially those with that elusive silver shine shade. Is it just a common piece of change or a numismatic hidden gem? The 10 pence coin was first introduced in 1968. Replacing the florin during the UK's move to decimal currency by 1992. The coin had been reduced in size, and in 1996, the Royal Mint struck millions of these smaller-sized coins. But here's where things get interesting. While the standard 1996 10 pence coin is relatively common, certain pieces struck in that year exhibit exceptional characteristics, notably a brilliant, silvery, almost chrome-like shine, paired with sharp strike details. especially when preserved in extra fine or uncirculated condition. Condition coins in extra fine condition or higher show minimal wear, full details, and sharp relief. Silver shine finish, not actual silver, but a high quality, nickel-plated steel shine that reflects light brilliant libs, are often mistaken for proof coins. Strike variants and rarest 1996 coins show signs of minor strike doubling, off-centering, or planchette anomalies. Low circulation survival, though millions were minted. Very few survive in pristine condition due to their daily use. Collectors refer to these as silver shine shade coins, not an official term, but one used in auction circles too. Describe the almost mirror-like luster of select 1996 specimens. In 2025, the auction market for high-quality British decimal coins is booming. The 1996 10-pence coin in extra fine to brilliant, uncirculated condition is being picked up by collectors from the UK, US, and even Asia. 1996 10pf. Condition with silver shine sold for $85,000. Now, those are serious numbers for a coin that originally bought you half a chocolate bar. Alright, here's what the pros won't tell you: grading is everything. That silver shine only matters if the coin has crisp details. You'll want to use a 10x magnifier. Look for full line detail and no smoothing around. Queen Elizabeth II's crown. Look for magnetic tests. Most 1996 10ps are magnetic, but some rare error plankets might not be. A non-magnetic example is a major error and could sell for millions. Early strike coins from mint sets. Some of the highest value coins came from uncirculated mint sets in 1996. These often display near-proof quality and are the source of many silver shine examples. Use gloves. Never touch with bare hands. Oils can damage the finish. Lighting matters. Examine under daylight lids to see true shine. Grading is key. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC to prove authenticity and condition. Storage: use airtight capsules, not plastic flips, for long-term protection. If you spot a genuine, extra fine or blue example with a dazzling silver shine and sharp details, yes, it's absolutely worth holding onto, grading, or even flipping at auction. So next time you're digging through your old coin jar or browsing a flea market, keep your eyes peeled for the 1996 10-pence. That tiny coin could be hiding big value. Next up, the 2006 UK 50-pence in fine condition, showcasing a silver shine shade that is making waves across today's auction platforms. Let's set the stage. The 50-pence coin, a staple in UK currency since decimalization in 1969, has seen numerous designs, editions, and commemorative releases. But the 2006 edition holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Released as part of general circulation and also in collector sets, the 2006 50-pence features the classic seated Britannia design, one of the last coins to do so before the design change in 2008. It's a coin that bridges eras, making it incredibly desirable to those who appreciate transitional pieces in numismatics. So, what makes the 2006 UK 5OP stand out? First, let's talk condition in fine or very fine condition. These coins already fetch attention, but when you come across a specimen with that silver shine luster, now you're in serious collector territory. Zoom on silver shine under LED lighting. Collectors refer to this shimmering tone as silver shine shade, not to be confused with actual silver content. While the standard 2006 50 pence is made from cupronickel, certain brilliant uncirculated and proof versions, particularly those from mint sets, offer a finish so pristine that under the right light, they rival actual silver coins. Here's the numismatic secret: most overlook low mintage in collector-grade quality. While millions were struck for circulation, only a limited number of high-grade proof and boo coins were minted, and even fewer have survived. Nearly 2 decades without blemish. Seek coins with natural shine, minimal surface contact, and clear detailing on Britannia's trident and shield. Also, toning, yes, that natural gradient discoloration some see as damage can actually increase value if it adds character and aesthetic to the coin. Circulated $30,000. Fine condition $55,000. According to recent sales on platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and the Royal Mint auctions, prices are steadily climbing, especially for coins in sealed sets or those graded by companies like NGC or PCGS. And as silver continues to remain a solid investment, collectors are seeking coins with the look of silver, making these shiny 5 OP coins even more desirable. Sharp edges and clear reading. Lustrous silver shine under direct light. Clear detailing on Britannia and Lion. No heavy scratches or discoloration. Preferably stored in capsule or protective sleeve. And if you really want to unlock value, consider third-party grading. A slab MS65 or higher 50 P from 2006 could attract serious buyers in today's numismatic scene. The 2006 UK 50p is more than just loose change. It's a piece of modern British numismatic history. Whether you're holding onto one from a childhood piggy bank or hunting for a pristine proof, this coin could be a small yet powerful addition to your investment portfolio. It's not just the coin, it's the condition, the story, and the shine. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we've got more hidden coin treasures coming your way. Drop a comment below if you've got a 2006 50p, or if you're lucky enough to have spotted one at auction. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting!